Have you ever felt that a powerful force controls your destiny? Or has it been difficult for you to create a place for yourself in society? These are some of the manifestations of Pluto in the 10th house. Where Pluto is located, we will experience a process of transformation as involuntarily as the one that occurs to the caterpillar during its transmutation into a butterfly. Pluto's position in the birth chart indicates the personal evolutionary path that we all go through. Although many times we are not aware of it, this process has been activated since the first day of our birth. Many times the energy of Pluto can be found in the control we exercise over certain aspects of our behavior. It is not that Pluto means control, rather it is our fear of allowing Plutonian energy to flow that triggers the desire to control it. Pluto simply awakens ancestral and even soul memories from remote pasts that are stored in our physical and cosmic DNA. These memories condition the present life and need to be released in order to recover all the hidden treasures that we have inherited from our ancestors. In order to flow together with Pluto, we need to dare to feel the impulses of the unconscious and give them consciousness. This is not easy because it is not something that we are taught in school. In fact, many of the drives that come from our instinctive self become compulsions because for cultural and other reasons we try to keep them hidden, even from ourselves. The secret with Pluto is not to act on what awakens, but to feel it, to observe it. Pluto brings to the surface energies that have been stored for generations and are now ready to be transformed. However, they remain unknown to us, and in many cases they terrify us. Therefore, in general, we repress them for a long time until they break through, generating some kind of crisis. Pluto is a very slow planet. It takes 248 years to go around the Zodiac and stays in each sign between 12 and 31 years. Although the transformation process is individual, the way we go through it is shared by a large number of people. Basically, we are not alone when facing the force of the unconscious. The individuals of the same Plutonian generation develop something in common, which allows the evolutionary process to be lived together, while each one has the experience from their own unique perspective. The astrological house where Pluto is located shows us the particular area of existence where we experience transformation. The sign shows us how we approach it. The difference between the natal position and the transit of Pluto is that the natal position indicates the area of life where our evolution will focus, while the transit activates temporary processes that assist our evolutionary path. After finding finding meaning in life in the 9th house, we now feel compelled to manifest it. The 10th house is our north. It is in this house that we feel the call. For this reason, we traditionally see the 10th house as a house of career, reputation, and our position in society, since all these are consequences of self-realization. As we have seen, the position of Pluto in the birth chart indicates the trigger for an evolutionary process that transforms us. When Pluto is in the 10th house, that process happens with our ambitions. We know that there is something important that we have to achieve. Our job, our career, our goals become paramount and supreme. And what is Pluto doing in the 10th house? It pushes us to seek the transformation of the status quo. But do we really want to do it? What prevents us from becoming social reference? What is that scares us about power? In the 10th house, our persona is exposed to the public. We have no control over how we are viewed by those who don't know us intimately. And when Pluto is in the 10th house, the desire to control our image can become obsessive until we discover that our true power is to be who we are. Through this revelation, an unparalleled personal power arises within us. The true personal power of Pluto in the 10th house has to do with the magnetism that our personal integrity generates. When we are truly authentic without looking for it, we become catalysts for social transformation. Therefore, the typical leadership ability of Pluto in the 10th house arises naturally whenever we dare to undress the ego and exemplify human vulnerabilities. The planets in the 10th house show the qualities that the public sees in us, as well as our perception of society. By public, I mean those who don't really know us, people in general. When it comes to Pluto, we can feel intense pressure about what image we portray. Our DNA contains memories of social control that still resonate within us, and for this reason, it is probable that we project them into the society of the present. Therefore, irrational stress makes us control our public image. Pluto's energy feels like stepping into a dark place where we don't see where to go. We can only go forward blindly. This is why Pluto's energy requires extreme honesty and authenticity. The only way to allow transformation is to accept that the path takes us through unknown terrain, where there are no maps or certainties. We have no choice but to let the process carry us. Frida Kahlo deviated from social conventions. Her authenticity, both in her works and in her life, shows her as a perfect example of this Pluto position. Her political ideas and her approach to sexuality, as well as art, broke with the female mold of her time. Was it easy for her? Her work is full of clues about her journey. As I have already mentioned, the secret with Pluto is to let the pulse of its strength flow and let it take us down the unknown path. When Pluto is in the 10th house, this force transforms society. How this happens will vary from person to person, but everyone will have a high ambition and commitment. Allowing ourselves to feel the energy of Pluto without repressing it is of vital importance, so that process of internal transformation develops naturally and manifests itself externally. If we follow our instincts and act with integrity, we can see our wings grow and feel free to achieve what we want to achieve.